How you doing, guys? I'm gonna try this out real quick. My iPhone is probably the best thing I can use when it comes to the videos I make. But my screen on my computer is cracked. I need to buy a new screen take it to Best Buy because Best Buy won't buy the screen for me. They can't order it for me, so I got to order it myself. Someone as computer illiterate like myself is gonna have a fun time looking for a screen for this Mac. So this should be fun. Anyways, I'm going to try it on the iPhone from now on, see if it works out. But about the game, the Cowboys win 16-10. We're 2-1. Don't forget that, guys. We are 2-1, even though it was one of the ugliest wins I think we've ever seen. I think I've been a Cowboy fan for a long time. There are very few wins that I thought that we won, and they were just flat out ugly. Like, we had no position winning this game. The difference is that our offense wasn't as bad as Josh Freeman and their offense. They were pretty terrible. The MVP of this game is, without doubt, the entire defense. Our defense played so well yesterday, it was insane. It was a completely different team than the Seattle game. Probably because the offense had more time with the ball. Because the defense was creating three and outs, and the offense was getting the ball more often, so the defense was better rested. I mean, what can you expect when the defense is out there for two 90-yard drives in the fourth quarter, like the Seattle game last week? But I think the biggest story besides the defense was not so much the offense; it was really the referees. That was a huge story going into that game, and I said this on my podcast last night. On my podcast, the Landry Hat podcast. If you haven't seen the Landry Hat, go to LandryHat.com. Great place for Cowboys fans. But I said, there's no reason for these refs to miss these calls, like the hit on Tony Romo, the helmet-to-helmet hit. There's no reason for these guys to miss it anymore. It has been 3 weeks in the NFL, not to mention 5 weeks in the preseason. They've gotten their feet wet. They should know how to call a legitimate foul on a game. That was legitimate. Absolutely. And not to mention our punter getting just destroyed by the Tampa Bay special teams, and it took them like 20 seconds to call. It's like they're right there. It's right in front of them. They're not calling it. It took them 20 seconds to call. Ugh. It's something that really annoys me and it pisses me off, but that one actually got called. But the fact that it took 20 seconds, I mean, you saw Chris Jones on the ground. I thought he actually broke his leg at first. But the missed call on Tony was blatant, and it was ridiculous. And not to mention, did anyone see Ogletree slip on the referee's hat? My question is, why the hell did you throw the hat in the end zone? Well, if your point was to mark the ball or something like that, you mark it in the sidelines. Why are you marking it in the end zone when the play is still going on? When the play is still going on. And Ogletree's lucky he didn't blow his ACL. Seriously. He's very lucky because he trucked that move. It's like he was running in stop and go, but when he stopped and go, he hit the hat. That could have torn his ACL. It could have. Seriously. Thank God it didn't happen. Refs have got to get better or bring their other ones back because it's going to get ugly. It really is. Our offensive line is horrible. Moving on. No, but seriously, they could not protect Tony yesterday. Tony was hit so many times. The first fumble that Tony had, he had 2 fumbles. The first fumble that Tony had was his fault. I don't know why you're throwing at all when you're going down. Why are you throwing the ball? Why are you wanting to protect the damn ball? The second time, man, I can't blame him, man. He got hit so hard. He got hit hard so many times. I was worried for Tony yesterday. And not to mention, besides DeMarco Murray's touchdown run, the running game was completely absent. It was completely absent. And it's not, you can't even blame Murray. He wasn't getting anything. And I think everyone says, well, the line wasn't that great with the Giants game either. Well, I think the Giants' front four may be a bit different. They didn't know what to plan with DeMarco Murray, maybe, because now people are starting to figure out how bad this line is and how they can affect DeMarco Murray. It's not DeMarco Murray the player. It's not. He's a much better running back. I've been watching him since Oklahoma Sooners. I've been watching that. I lived in Oklahoma for a long time. I watched Adrian Peterson. I watched DeMarco. These are good running backs. So I think it's our line that has got to get better. And if Jerry Jones does not draft an offensive lineman in the first or second round next year, I'm going to lose my mind. And I think everyone else should, because it's blatantly obvious we need some linemen, whether it be a center, whether it be a guard, left or right tackle. God, Doug Free's awful right now. I think he's got to be the worst. Well, knowing how bad our guards are, he's probably the worst considering how much he's getting paid. He's getting paid so much money right now. He's so bad. He's terrible. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to upload this right now. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think it should. So, yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday or Friday with the preview of the Bears game on Monday. It's going to be a tall order. But I think that Jay Cutler has been worse than Tony these past couple weeks. So I think our offense will be fared much better against their defense than their offense against our defense. So that's just my opinion. How about them Cowboys? 2-1. See you next week.